Hello, and thank you for listening to a new episode of the Underground Treehouse Podcast, a podcast that discusses and reviews music of all genres. I'm one-fourth of your host, Ruben. Joining me as always is Keenan.
What up?
Isaac.
Hello, hello.
And Marcos.
Ooh,
Hi.
back to the hello.
I know, we got a quick switch up last week.
Gotta hit them with the razzle dazzle. Keep them on their toes.
This week, we're going to be reviewing the newest album by hyperpop artist?
I would say, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
hyperpop artist Brakence, titled Hypochondriac. Isaac's pick, but before we get into that, as always, we're going to be giving you our music recommendations of the week, as well as our local beer recommendations of the week. Isaac, what you got?
So this week, to kind of pair with the album, I wanted to pick something from a similar genre. And this week I'm going with July by Jaleel. Yeah. Love that, man. July.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Jaleel, that man fucking kills it. He looks like a bodybuilder with the energy of a geeked up Sonic the Hedgehog, bro. Like, he is just on one, bro. He's just on one. And he made a song, and they turned it into a nightcore version. So for anybody who doesn't know what a nightcore version of a song is, it's pretty much just like a remix of a song. But they pitch up the vocals, they speed up the beat, and they just make it all, chipmunky sound and kind of like cuckoo crazy and whatever, right? So they made a nightcore version of one of his songs, and the fans were loving it so much that he re-released the song with that editing style. And it is so infectious, so fun. It gets the blood pumping. Yeah, and it's not even July, and I'm bumping the fuck out of it. Jaleel, yeah. Check it out.
So the artist I got for you guys this week is the artist Indigo de Souza. Have you guys ever heard of her?
No. It sounds familiar, but no, I can't name any songs.
I know Jacare de Souza.
Damn.
Oh, our resident fucking French speaker over here.
There you go.
Jesus
He's
Christ.
Brazilian.
So she
Almost the same thing.
So she just released a couple new singles back on March 8th. So the latest single is Smog, but the one I want to talk about today is the single Younger and Dumber. Very indie, stripped back, almost like folkish sounding. This woman has an amazing voice, and if you are a fan of them, I highly suggest you go listen to their older stuff, because their guitar player is so funky and so groovy, and it just pairs so well with her voice. Super excited for this upcoming album she has coming out, and that's Indigo de Souza, the song Younger and Dumber.
I'm gonna recommend a band that Keenan put me on a while ago, because they released something new. A couple of what are you making those stinky ass faces, bro?
I'm that meme where it's like the lady with all the math problems going on in the background, because I'm trying to think of who I suggested.
Who it is.
Wait, before he says it, who do you think he's gonna say?
Oh, bro, I have no idea.
Okay, it's shocked.
Yeah, who?
Unless he's gonna say the Always.
No, it's not always.
Oh shit.
I've known about Always before you, right? Relax.
Damn. Get wrecked.
Yup. It's Two Witnesses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their small little EP goes hard as hell, so you should listen to them. Two
What's it-
Witnesses.
What's it called?
From the old to the new.
Okay.
What genre?
Yup.
It's hardcore. It's a hardcore band. So.
So the guitar player from Knock Loose was originally in that band, but I don't know if he still fucks with them.
Shout out Isaac Hall.
Is he still in that?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I know he's in Inclination.
Yup.
That goes hard too. 2 recommendations. Check out Inclination too. They go hard as fuck.
Now that we're
You know what?
talking about
While we're at it, I know we recommended them on an older podcast. Let's go with X Weapon X.
Axe Weapon X too.
Damn,
Yup.
that was an old episode.
Yup.
Holy
Bro, this
shit.
dude, he's just stay heavy in
Yup.
that Kentucky scene.
Yup.
Shout out Dem Atlas too. Just real indie folk.
Chalked. You're cut.
Get
What do we
out of
got?
here. Get out
I
of
ruined
here.
the joke. Sorry. Cut that.
My recommendation of the week is going to be the newest collaborative EP from Full of Hell and Primitive Man.
Yup.
Hey, let's
Suffocating Hallucination.
Yes, sir.
Tell them, boys. I don't even need to say nothing.
Shit's hard.
It's very good.
It's fucking very good.
Very.
Very.
Tremendous, some might say.
I can guarantee you ain't listening to harder shit than this. This is two fucking behemoths collabing. Colliding when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
This is Goku and Broly.
Yup.
Exactly.
Yup.
Exactly. The hardest, sludgiest fucking noise metal you're ever going to hear. Oh, I can't get enough of it. Trepanation for Future Joys and Tunnels to God are both fucking 9 minutes and 11 minutes respectively. Yeah, check it out.
And the collab merch is really, really good too. Check out Evil Seed if you guys are interested.
Oh, good
Yeah.
shout out. I didn't know about that. All right, our local beer recommendation of the week is going to be a first from Palmer Craft Brewery and Cider House. Their Amber Ale coming in smooth at a nice 5%. This shit is like, do you guys get a smoky flavor out of this? Am I
do.
tripping?
I do.
You do?
Bit.
It's an aftertaste.
Definitely an aftertaste.
It's an aftertaste.
But it like that's what's cool about it. It has this cool, nice like smoky aftertaste. But when you first sip it, it's real malty, and it has this like nice kind of thickness to it, bro.
Tastes like an old English.
Oh,
Oh,
but better.
But
It is
better,
the
but better.
champagne of beers, as they say.
oh, it's that's a high life. It's high
Oh
life.
shit!
Yeah,
Wait,
Old
what did you
English.
say?
Old English.
Oh fuck! I was thinking of a Miller.
The
Yeah.
40, dog.
It's the 40
God.
Old English. I mean,
God damn it.
the same 40 or same category of beer, but
Yeah.
it's a 40 too.
Word.
But
Word.
And shout out the owner. Shout out Rob. I mean, the dude used to open up his backyard so we could all skate his pool. Like, all the time.
Keenan was flow for him.
So shout out to Rob. The dude was a professional skater. And he literally started this brewery out in his garage. Literally. And so
That's
he
commendable.
went from the garage to full blown cider house. So
Yeah, I kind of blundered not getting a cider from the cider place, but
literally can't say any more kind words. The beer's great. Isaac, thank you again for the crowler, my own personal crowler.
Whoa!
Thank you.
Isaac went above and beyond.
Woo,
Thank
cheers,
you.
boys.
Okay. Hypochondriac, second studio album for Brakence.
yes.
Isaac, what led you to this?
So, at the time of recording right now, it is early March. There's a bunch of new stuff dropping. There's a bunch of, anticipation for stuff that's going to drop. And really, the shit that the whole reason why I picked this album is, one, because I fucking love Brakence. I think he's a super talented individual. But two, I just wanted to show him some love and like this genre some love. We haven't really reviewed this genre besides, I guess, Dorian Electra, which was our second ever episode ever published.
isn't
So-
Jasmine Bean hyperpop too?
No, I'd say Jasmine Beam is more of like just like
Goth,
like indie
rock or
rap, I guess,
something?
like because she raps, but then she has like alternative, Anyways, so the whole reason, pretty much, why I picked this is, one, to give Brakence some love, two, to give some hyperpop some love, and three, I meant to pick it sooner, and it just kept being on my mind. I knew I had to pick this album, and I didn't want to wait too long, otherwise it would have been too late. So, as they say, better late than never.
Okay, so this is why I questioned in the beginning whether I should call him a hyperpop artist or not.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I guess as a whole that's kind of his sound, but I never listened to anything from him before.
Yeah.
This fucking album goes through some changes, bro. Yes, we have the hyperpop. Yes, we have some of the hip hop. We have fucking indie pop. We got pop punk. We have fucking Midwest emo on this shit.
Yup.
This was, I hesitate to kind of box this man into just one genre.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
He's bubblegum pop, like he said.
No, he
Bubble-
said he wasn't bubblegum pop.
What did he though?
But did he? Because he said, you call me, what does he say? He's like, you say I'm bubblegum pop, but here you are still on your knees begging for it.
Oof.
Oof.
If that's verbatim, then
Either
call,
way,
Miss Molly.
Either way, you could call him damn near anything, and I'd say, yeah, that sounds like it.
Yeah. Call it what you want, but motherfucker, you
Can we
know
call
what
him
it is.
trash?
Trash pop?
Trash
Trash
pop.
pop.
Oh, no way.
Oh.
I'm gonna start
why you-
referring it to it.
Why you added to this shit, bro? Let him figure that out.
I'm definitely.
This fool giving him the ammunition.
no, keep that shit open.
That's them clapping cheeks right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Yes.
Coming out the gate.
Yes.
Hot. Okay. So these two conversations sort of lead me into my, two main points with this, right?
Okay.
Brakence as a producer to me is extremely impressive. I think so. The only thing he didn't do on this album was the guitar work. There was some outside guy. I forget who that is.
Or female. It could have been Yvette Young.
It could have
from Quebec.
Yeah, it could have been, bro. With that plucking.
Yep.
Man, gotta have a fucking master on that shit. But what he did with the soundscape of this, I thought was super innovative. I don't listen to like hyperpop or anything as much, so I can't say whether it was like groundbreaking or anything, but I can say that it was for sure innovative. Just jumping between all these genres, and then even when he keeps it contained to fairly one genre, say hyperpop, he does enough to the songs that like grabs your attention and holds it. You know what I mean? I love this glitchy kind of like alternative sound. It's really hard to even say.
Very avant-garde, I'd say.
Very avant-garde, yes, in every respect. But the man behind the ones and twos,
Oh, no.
this dude might be the corniest motherfucker I think we've reviewed. His delivery is corny as shit.
Oh, interesting. I think what he says is corny. But okay, go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
No, well,
No, go ahead.
no, okay.
No, talk that shit.
Oh, whew. So his delivery is corny. I think a lot of his like his fucking emotion just
Like-
comes off as like extremely try hard,
It's very
and-
melodramatic.
very melodramatic. And not only are his lyrics melodramatic, but they're just so edgy. It's just like, it's such a weird dichotomy between the two, because I really respect what he's doing instrumental wise, but I just can't get with his content and with his performance as a singer. And
Performance, yeah.
that's not even to say that he's a bad singer. There's instances on this where he has great vocals. It's just the content and the delivery for the most part just isn't there.
So, to go back to the beginning, I think the production, or like him as a producer, is really good, because anybody who could take that hyperpop sound and do what he does with it, or just any hyperpop artist in general, it's beautiful chaos.
Right.
And so it's perfect the way he does it, because he does have his he has his I guess we could just say like radio pop sound, but then he does throw in like that glitchy, which is perfect, and he knows exactly what he's doing. In the beginning there, I would say the first half of the album is very like glitch heavy, where the last half we get very raw. We get to hear his actual singing, and then he kind of fucks it up with the glitchy.
Oh, wow.
We
It takes you out of it, you're saying?
He kind of takes me out of it. I mean, obviously, once we get there, we can go more into it. But I will agree with you that his lyrics they're corny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you said it best. This dude can't ride a bar.
I don't think he can't write a bar. He has some bars. CBD.
Oh,
Well, what does he say? He says I'm chilling before death.
Yeah, I'm
CBD or
I'm
something.
chilling with that.
CBD. That's kind of
Yeah.
clean. But
Everything.
an entire verse.
yes.
No,
Okay.
you can't.
Okay. And then also, dude, I'm sad boy over here. But even his shit was a little much for me.
Wow.
Like, bro, you're happy now, so I'm gonna go kill myself. What? Damn. It's so this shit is just over the top. But like we were saying, like as an artist, so I do appreciate what he did for it, and he does have a good sound when you do get to hear him stripped back, which I think we do get a lot in the second half, which I do appreciate.
Yeah, I think going back to the beginning, his production is super, super, super interesting to me. I think there's a lot of there's a lot of texture behind a lot of his work, you know? Even though maybe a lot of it is the same elements, I still something about it. Okay. Y'all ever seen Terminator 2?
Yeah.
You know the fucking liquid ass Terminator, bruh?
Yep.
Oh.
The fuck's his name? The T fucking 69 whatever? That fool? The fucking liquid Terminator? That's what his beats sound like. His beats sound like a liquid Terminator looking for John Connor. Like literally that's what it reminds me of. Like it's so like glitchy, yet fluid, yet like
It's like
alive.
crunchy almost
It's
too.
crunch,
It's weird.
but there's a crunch to it. There's a smoothness and a crunch to it. Like there's just I don't know. I feel like I'm just contradicting myself, but like everything about it is just so interesting to me. Like it's like this man is. If this man had a coloring book, he's like coloring outside of the lines on purpose. You know what I mean?
right.
And making his own picture. You know what I mean? Like this man made his own colors. You know what I mean? Call that shit your Jello or whatever. You know?
God damn.
But yeah. So that's how I felt about the thing. Although it does kind of get lost, like Keenan was saying, like towards the second half, like some of it has. Although I love the sporadic nature of it, it's kind of goofy when this man's singing his fucking heart out with an acoustic guitar, and all of a sudden you hear,
Yeah,
there was
like crazy boops and bops, bro. Like I don't need to hear all these synths right now. Like just speak your shit.
There was so
speak
much
from the heart. Like you don't need to add all this it's just extra layers.
There was so much that we didn't need.
Yeah, like if his shit's a perfect selfie, this man's adding a bunch of Snapchat filters to it, bruh.
Yep.
Like the fuck. But
Shout out 5G.
shout out,
Oh,
yo,
God.
shout outs to the lyrical content of 5G because
There we go.
that's one of the ones where I'm like, yeah,
Mm.
kind of makes a point. But yeah, no, I love Brakence. When I say I love Brakence, I love Brakence. This man is fucking goated. Love him, whatever. Holy shit, bruh. This man cannot write a fucking lyric
Here
to
we go.
save his life.
It
A
was
rap
him
lyric.
that said it.
A rap lyric, bro. How can this man claim to be the fucking GOAT and he's saying shit like tripped once for fun and I tore a ligament? Boy, what the hell?
Boy.
Like the way I'm in the ring like it's Elden? Like what are you saying?
Pull out the razor, do it like Nike.
Just do it like Nike. Like it's just and I don't even mind corny bars, but what bugs me is when you're like I'm the greatest ever and let me tell you why I'm the greatest ever, and then you say some corny shit and you're like, well, that didn't make me think that you were the greatest ever, so why
Yeah.
are you still proclaiming that? Like, and just everything that he says is just like I now know what you mean when you say try hard. Like it just seems so like I love the confidence, but fuck, dude, reel it in, brother. Reel it in.
Cool. So my turn, and I refrained from interrupting all three of you because it wouldn't be fair. But to share my opinion when you guys are just sharing, you know, you guys thoughts and feelings about what you like about this album. But this fucking album is disgusting, horrible, bro. This shit's dumb as fuck. I hate this album. I literally hate trash pop. Like, sorry, hyper pop. I fucking literally hate that genre.
You gave him the term, bro. Now he's gonna
I
use this
did.
for
100%.
everything.
We literally
did.
clapped hands like 20 times. Yes, thank
Yeah,
you,
we
thank
did.
you.
We
Damn.
Did. I'm sorry, break.
Like I hate this fucking album.
Sorry, Brakence.
This genre is fucking stupid. Like it shouldn't be a fucking.
Hey yo.
It should not be a fucking genre of music. Like it's so dumb. I hate it. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds like something when you walk through a fucking Toys R Us aisle, and you pick a fucking toy. This is what the fuck they play. Like no, I don't
that
want
was
this
my
shit.
first job.
That's sick as fuck. I remember I applied to Toys R Us before.
Shout out to
That's right. I got my Nintendo 3DS, baby, or DS, my original.
2009,
Damn.
big dog.
Holy shit.
I hate this album. I hate the sound of trash pop. I don't know what it is, man. I just can't get with that glitchy noise. Like I have yet, And I'm open to my opinion changing. No, I'm open to coming back and be like, yeah, I was wrong. But as of today, March 9th, 10th, as of March 10th, 2023, I hate hyperpop. I have not yet found an artist that really makes me like, okay, this music is actually pretty good or like that. I don't even.
Well, I mean,
Not memorable.
100 Gex is coming out with an album here pretty soon.
Yeah,
Ooh,
the only I
let's
do have some
go.
positive things to say. The sound engineering, the producing, I don't know who did it. It sounded clean. I heard it on three different
Like mediums.
Tracks.
not tracks.
Headsets?
Well, ways you could hear fucking music. I heard it on my gaming headset while I was playing League. I had to fucking stop my game of League to fucking stop this fucking music. That's how you know it was fucking
you're
annoying
pushing
me.
a mid and this shit got you killed?
Yeah, I'm playing fucking League of Legends. I could literally play anything when I play League of Legends. I could fucking literally play anything. I have music I'd rather listen to, but to hear it in my everyday environment, I was playing the song or this album. I had to fucking like, yo, this fucking music is annoying me. It's literally making me feed. People are roasting me.
No, it's making you feel.
Yeah, because I'm like trying to listen to it. It's just like really annoying me. And I'm just like getting roasted. I'm just like, I have to fucking, I'm feeding. I'm losing the game. I'm like, fuck this, dude. And
Jesus.
yeah, I'm like, no, this is fucking getting on my nerves instead of like helping me relax, trying to focus. It's just getting me more, getting more on my nerves.
To
So
be fair, his production is super like.
it's clean. It's crisp. It's very crisp.
But it is kind of obnoxious when you're expecting a
Very
certain
obnoxious.
sound and it's so obtuse.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
couldn't. I love Brakence, whatever. I couldn't play a fucking game of COD or Overwatch or whatever or Apex while listening to this man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to call out a flank and I'm over here hearing boops and beeps in my ear. Fuck that.
Yeah.
So I don't blame you.
But the sound is very crisp compared to a lot of the albums that we've heard where it's just, like it sounds like they haven't put enough time to kind of master it very much. I heard it on my gaming headset, on my Sony headphones, my AirPods, and just on my fucking surround sound, and it all sounded very crisp, like very fucking crisp.
Yeah. It's definitely a very polished album.
Yeah,
for
polished. There you go. Perfect way. We're very polished, but the dude singing fucking ass too, man. He sounds like a fucking incel. He is a
Wait,
fucking
his
incel.
lyrics or his
Both,
actual voice?
both.
Oh, sad.
They,
I like.
they
his,
both
I
sound
like
like
his voice.
even his cover on his fucking Spotify is just like him with the fucking chick. Like, bro,
Oh,
you're
he's dramatic
fucking
for sure.
cool, dog. Chill out, bro.
sure. He is very dramatic.
Yeah, very
He's
dramatic.
very
Like,
dramatic.
especially now that you guys bring up his lyrics and shit. Like, dude, I just can't get with the glitchiness of the sound and the back and forth of the different types of genre music. I don't know how Anthony Fantano gave him a fucking 5, bro. Like, I just don't vibe with literally pretty much anything other than how crisp and polished the album is. I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it.
Diving into those first two tracks, Buggin' and Caffeine, I think we could me personally, I think we can group those two together. I was not impressed with the sound of this album with those first two tracks. Really, my appreciation of the sound kind of starts at Venus Flytrap and then everything else. As far as I'm concerned, this album doesn't start until Venus Flytrap. Yeah, because
Damn.
I do not like Buggin' or Caffeine. And Caffeine, yeah, I think Caffeine maybe has the most obnoxious hyperpop sound.
Yeah.
I definitely think that there are songs that have that same hyper poppy sound to it, but this one was just like, well, how am I trying to say this?
This one was in your face.
It overindulges in the
Yes, exactly. This one was like you said, Marcos, gimmicky. This one I felt like was super gimmicky, and then this is one of the ones like we were talking about with the lyrical themes. I'm reading conflicting things. I don't know what the fuck to think about Brakence as a songwriter. I hear that the ego that he's giving on this album is just like, it's all fake, it's a character, bro, you just don't get it. And then I hear the other half that's like, no, he's just being
bearing
he's
his soul,
yeah,
this is
he's
exactly who he is.
exactly like he is a extremely ego-driven person. I guess I can kind of see both, and I can see why this would maybe be a character he's playing. But songs like Caffeine lead me to believe that no, he's actually ego-driven, and he is actually like the Kanye West of hyperpop.
I would
you know what
100% agree with that.
I mean, minus the Nazi shit.
I
But
would,
like,
I would
what
100%
Like,
agree with that.
yeah, it's just like, I don't know, man. I just can't fuck with that shit at all.
Yeah, it's weird because he has like this weird like braggadocious rap vibe that he
Mhm.
brings onto a lot of these tracks on this album that I feel is like completely out of place.
100%.
I like when I think of hyperpop, I think of a good time, bro. I think of a fucking a tequila with a little bit of that lime, a little bit of that salt,
Tequila Sunrise.
a little bit of that tequila sunrise, shout out Chris Stapleton, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out the Eagles.
But like, yeah, with this, it just I don't know, bro. It's like taking a tequila shot and then running a mile. It's like, yeah, I'm a take the drink, but I'm gonna be sober as fuck after the end of this fucking jog. Like the fuck, like what I'm trying to say is this man takes me out of whatever he's saying. He'll say some sad shit, and I'm like, I fuck with that, dog. And then he'll be like, but I'm also the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah.
And if you think I'm wrong, then you just think my ego is too big. Suck my dick. And I'm just like, what are you talking about, Brakence? Break my heart. Stop breaking my fucking will to listen to you.
Hey man, he's trying to take a new path. At least you respect that. Maybe it's a
Yeah.
new audience and
Pick a path.
He obviously
Pick a path. Because like Isaac said, this fool is over here like literally is talking about like, I know I'm dope as fuck. I guess I'm glowing up. But then he's so vulnerable at the end of this album. So it's like, dude, come on, pick a lane. Are we going sad boy? Are we going I'm the shit? Or is it just kind of like trying to show us like, hey, look, even though I am the shit,
Right, like the
we can still be
dichotomy.
vulnerable. But it's like, come on. Because he's over the top vulnerable
Yeah.
at the
Oh,
end of this
yeah.
album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like literally, like what I quoted in the beginning of the podcast when he's like, "I hope you're happy. I'm gonna kill myself." Is literally, he literally goes that route. And it's like, come on, like anybody who's glowing up or dope as fuck ain't talking like that.
Yeah, and you know what I think it is
That's a good point.
I think he's just so like he's so overt with both points that it makes it like
It takes the wind out of the sails of each point.
yeah, exactly. You're pretty much undermining what you're saying previously. You know what I mean? Like I there's nothing wrong with having healthy confidence in yourself, but also healthy confidence, keyword healthy, but also being like, well, at the same time, I'm vulnerable and I have these issues. But when he's putting himself on the highest pedestal
Yo.
and then at the lowest of the low, it's like, yeah, like, I don't know what to think of you, dude.
Like literally, he's like, I'm just gonna unalive myself, and you're still happy,
Later.
so you're never gonna, you're not gonna ever remember me again. So forget about me. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's toxic.
It's like, fuck, dude, it is It's toxic.
Yeah, he's toxic.
Toxic.
He's toxic trash pop. He's a whole other subgenre.
Facts.
I think he tries to be toxic. I don't think he's actually ever went through that heartbreak. Just based off what I know of him.
No, so I will say.
I don't know.
So
I swear, I would put money on it that he's never actually went through like a real breakup like that. I feel like he tries to be a toxic. Cause come on, bro. You saying some corny ass shit like that, like it makes sense. It does not.
He's only 21. I guess he's just a kid, but
He's
only
21.
21?
No,
21.
dog, he's faking that shit for sure, bro.
No, but wouldn't you think that makes more sense because he hasn't lived a long life? So
No, yeah.
any heartbreak that he does suffer, he thinks it's the end of the world, apocalypse.
I was gonna say
because
this,
he has no frame of reference.
this is probably like his first big breakup. You can remember your first big
Exactly.
breakup.
It's the first isms. You know what I
It's
mean?
Yeah,
end
and
of
I
the
didn't say
world.
some corny ass shit like that either. I just said that bitch broke my heart.
Yeah, because you probably fucking crowd killed her.
damn.
No, I wasn't going to. I was too broke to go to concerts. Talk.
I'll cheers to that one. I'll cheers to that
I
one.
was too
He
fucking
was too
broke,
busy
bro.
listening to Kick Push.
Oh,
Fucking
Kick
shout out,
Push,
shout
though.
out Lupe.
Yeah.
Lupe, someone that's not motherfucking corny. Well, kind of be corny a little bit.
Dude, he's like,
Kind of.
remember that he's dressed as a samurai in the
Yeah.
middle of a fucking field?
Yeah.
Fucking
Not
doing
this,
his-
not to this extent. That's respect though, because he loves Japanese culture. But
yeah.
He's a weeb.
He's a
Oh, get him outta
weeb.
here.
Get him out.
yeah,
That's funny. Yeah, no, I.
he is corny though. Lupe is
100%.
Where are we going?
I had one track that I want to jump to. Are you guys good?
I'm good. Let's
Okay.
go. We've
Let-
only
let-
talked about one track.
You know my
Woo,
opinion
we've
on
been
every
here an
track.
hour. So the 2 points that we've really kind of covered, actually I guess it's the one point of him being just like too much. Just way too much with the sad boy shit and too much with the glitchy shit. I think that can lead me in perfectly into Introvert because I love Introvert. up until the last half or until the last minute. So Introvert, it's a very vulnerable song. And as we've said, once you get into that second half of this album, he starts opening up a lot more. He's a lot more vulnerable. That's exactly what Introvert is. This one is a real nice kind of like big emotional ballad. Okay.
Yup.
Okay. Once we hit I can't, I don't have exact timestamps, but towards the end, he's been pouring his heart out. We reach this final point. You just hear, you hear the fucking drill horns going off. You hear fatality, blah, 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 blah. You hear this all lame ass, fucking random ass samples, video game ass samples thrown in here, and the piano's still playing nice in the background. And then you have this chick, and she's been a constant throughout the album, just giving little snippets here and there, right? And then this is where his ego comes in, because she comes in and she says, this is a message from the 12th of 13th Brakence, whatever that is, has been successfully eradicated. We came to the conclusion that he would rather make selfish art than serve a higher purpose. So when you hit replay, ask yourself these questions. Who are you really listening to? And is there the line between art and dark magic? Because that man had no idea. The reason why this is corny as fuck is because I can almost guarantee he was the one who wrote out that script for this chick to read out. So is he trying to say, I know I'm this good to where I am on the verge of black magic and fucking whatever else? Like, you're really putting yourself... Let's be honest, okay, it's very innovative. The music is good. Dog, you're not that fucking good to where you're almost transcending, the biggest artist out there. And it's weird that he's putting himself on this pedestal after being so vulnerable before.
This dude is dorky.
Bro, he's a straight goofball wing nut mixed
Bro,
spazatron, bro.
You guys are calling me everything but an incel. That's crazy.
He has Elden Ring references.
That's close.
Oh, I love Elden Ring. I have a tattoo of Elden Ring, but fuck that.
So are you an incel?
Huh?
Are you an incel?
Because of one lyric? Look at his whole
Your
discography.
tattoo.
No, I'm not an incel. I'm an NPC, but not an incel.
I'm an NPC, say.
Nice.
Oh,
Word.
Lord.
The Matrix is real, baby.
Drop some fat loot.
The Matrix is
So-
real.
So again, Ruben, it is corny because again, just off that lyric, this is a message from the 12th of 13 Brakence has been successfully eradicated. We come to the conclusion that he would rather make selfish art than serve a higher purpose, and you're just like, what? And then it's crazy because, bro, all of his little followers. I know we were kind of talking about his followers earlier before the podcast, and how you were saying like they're literally like a cult, comes off as some culty activity. And
they're rough. They're bad.
It's crazy because like the last track, which is, sorry to jump ahead, but the last track, Hypochondriac, they're literally like, so is Brakence dead? And this is insert his real name. They're like, this is him speaking like from the heart. This is raw. This is, the person stepping away from the artist, and this is his music. And it's like, nah, this is still Brakence.
It's still the same
And
guy.
it's the outro to a mid album. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. And so it's just funny because, like, the whole eradicated thing kind of like sets it up like, okay, this dude killed himself, and like now we're getting him. That was his alter ego. That was Brakence. Now we're getting him.
Mm-hmm.
Insert his real name. The fans knew it right away. They had it there.
Right.
But again, now to go back, this song is a great finisher to Argyle, Deepfake, finishing off with Introvert. Those three songs alone are the three saddest songs.
They are.
They're sad.
They are 100%. And I honestly, I would add Hypochondriac, the last track.
Yeah.
That 4-track run is really...
Yeah, because it is a stripped down version, and like we get to hear like that's probably like the rawest song off
Yeah.
the album because it
100%.
is just him. We don't get no fucking beeps and boops ruining it towards the end like we did in Introvert.
Exactly.
But dude,
Hypochondriac.
Argyle, Deepfake, Introvert, We got that Midwest twinkly guitar.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, the sound is so impressive. I would have never thought of fucking hearing some Midwest emo licks on this. What the fuck?
Go listen to Yvette Young. She's the lead singer / guitarist of the band Covet. Covet. That's literally her in the background.
Fact. She's
That's
super
her in
dope.
the background. Of course, this white boy has emo ties. Damn.
And I do want to just piggyback off Hypochondriac, that last track, because it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And wow, we actually have a song that's stripped back, has some nice piano, and no gimmicks. And he has a great singing voice, and it's a good song.
Good song.
Holy shit. Wow, who would have fucking thought that you
Me.
didn't have to do some goofy ass shit to make
Me.
a song?
But what ruined it was his fans for me. Where they're like,
forget-
oh, Brakence killed himself in track 12 Introvert, and now we're just getting whatever the fuck his real name
so
is.
Lame.
We're just getting him now. And like, this is him stepping away from the artist. It's like,
Can it not be him?
get out of here.
Fucking hell.
Exactly.
I don't think this song is good either, bro.
Ugh, I love this
Sorry.
song. It's a great song.
Okay, I know you said all that stuff at the end about introvert and how, you know, it was cool, but then it ended all corny.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, that fucking breakdown at the end with the beat, bro, or like the
Yup.
beat drop, whatever, that shit was hard as fuck, bro. Or at least in my opinion, like, it just, I don't know, that his production does something to me. It really gets my britches going,
Bro, the screams and deep
bro,
fake.
and his screams.
Yup.
Oh,
Screams are cool. I will give. There's another track somewhere else that has those real.
yes, at the end.
Yes. Yep.
Yep. Argyle, literally my favorite song, bro. Literally the best song on the album. His vocals stand out and are top notch compared to every other song on this album. The only thing I don't like about Argyle is the fact that this song was actually released in 2021, I believe. And I mean, the man barely released the album at the tail end of 2022. So it's just one of those things where I sat too long with the song, you know, that it kind of lost some of its luster while listening to the full album. But it being one of my favorites, despite that fact, just shows how good this fucking song is. I think his singing, his cleans are fucking amazing. He doesn't do like obnoxious ass, you know, like hyper pop engineering, you know, or whatever, however you want to describe that. Like, just everything about this song is just so catchy, so touching, and yeah, bro, like it just shows what he's good at, you know. And if you don't fuck with that song, okay, well then that's fine, but that means you probably just don't fuck with hyperpop, because I mean, or you just don't fuck with him, because that's one of his better songs, I would say.
That's me, because I don't like the song. Yeah, no, I completely think that this song is like extremely melodramatic. I can't get with most of it. The sound is cool, again, you know, one of the constants.
The sound carries for sure.
The sound carries, but it's just his performance on this. I just cannot do it.
How dare you?
What?
Right?
How dare you?
I'm with Ruben
completely
on
agree.
this.
What the
Yeah.
I'm with Ruben.
Bro, this man could have said all. Never mind.
Totally melodramatic. Has not changed his pace throughout the whole album. This song does not do anything different.
Has not changed the pace. This song is
Of being melodramatic.
stripped
Of being melodramatic. I find that point in every fucking song that he's been on this
At
album.
least on this one, it seems like he actually fucking means it.
lyrical content, sad. Overall, still a bop. Still keeps you entertained. And then, little do you know, you got Deep Fake and Introvert coming right after Argyle. And I think those three songs back to back, again, like I said earlier, just perfect.
Right.
Like, even if it's like its own little like short story of just him being a sad boy, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get the idea of him being a fake sad boy? I don't. Like, I'm asking you genuinely.
Well, I
don't.
guess I can kind of see where you're coming from, because it's like, well, I don't know. I think no matter what, it's just so extra that I don't care if he's actually a real sad boy or not. It's
fair.
way too extra for me. Way too fucking extra for me. But I will say that I do like Deepfake. I mean, as we've said, the Midwest riffs at the end are insane. But This is one of the ones where his delivery wasn't extremely corny to me, and I think it was because the sound lended itself really well to his emotion. Now, let me jump to a song where the emotion and the sound do not mix at all. Track 6, 5G. Wow, what a terrible song. I do not like this song. You're
Wow.
you're-
What a terrible song.
The only good thing this song has going for it is the great transition from intellectual greed.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah, right. And that's actually like one of two really good fades we have. There's the other one. What is it? What bleeds into Stung? Because that's like
CBD.
Oh, CBD.
CBD
baby.
into Stung is flawless. It's one song essentially. But yeah, so this is one of two. Yeah, this is a nice little fade in, but no 5G. I thought so. Is that first voice we hear? It's just him pitched up. I thought that was a feature.
No, that's him pitched
It's
up.
him.
That's hyper pop. Like that's that like essentially. I mean, okay, I'm not like the resident expert on hyper pop, but I like what I like, and for what I do like, and from what I've gathered, it seems like a big defining thing. The genre is those pitched up, as they would call it, Alvin and the Chipmunks vocals,
Mhm.
where it's just super cranked up all the way and, super fast. So, yeah, it's his hyper pop voice.
Okay. What's funny is, so when I first heard this song, I heard the pitched up vocals and I thought it was a guest feature. And then, the guest vocals have a good like 2 or 3 bars before his regular vocals come in. And I was like, you know what? Now that I actually hear Brakence on this, he's not a bad singer. I actually
really
think he has
not.
a good voice.
Yeah.
But then when I realized that it was him on the guest vocals, quote unquote, just high pitched, I was like, well, now I don't know how to feel because I hated the vocals, the guest vocals, because I thought they were worse than Brakence, but it's just the same fucking dudes. Now, what the fuck?
The lyrics of this song, I like the theme of this song. The
I
theme of
agree.
the song, it was cool, but the delivery of it all, I did not vibe with. And real quick, just because we never really talked about it, but he does the same exact vocal delivery in one of the verses in Bugging, where it's like
Oh,
the high
yeah.
pitched, and it's just like, what are you doing, dude? I can't. But again, with 5G, this is one of those songs that, again, like I said earlier, the only thing it had going for it was the great transition from the track before.
Mhm.
And again, the lyrical content. Other than that, the delivery could have been way better. And right on my head, I'm pressing skip.
Whew, me too.
Yeah. His performance on 5G kind of weak. Lyrically though, this is one of the ones where I kind of do enjoy his lyrics, because I think in this one it kind of tells the story of someone who's so infatuated with their phone and social media and just everything, and there's just like a lot of like wordplay and double entendres when it comes to internet savvy shit and how it affects you in real life. So I thought that was pretty cool, but yeah, performance wise he severely underperformed for sure. I do like the emo licks on here though. I thought those were pretty nice, but I mean those are sprinkled throughout the whole album, so saying I like that is like saying I like it when he messes with his voice, like
It's all the time.
there's too many there's too many cases to count when it comes to that. So but yeah, not much to say.
I do want to jump to 2 tracks that I do like back to back. They're really good tracks on their own, but I'm really glad that they were, that they came one right after another in the track list, and that's Venus Flytrap into Teeth. Venus Flytrap is by far my favorite song on this.
Venus Flytrap goes.
This is a great song, and I do like the lyrical content of this.
Same, I think it fits the name of the song perfectly.
Exactly. If I'm being correct, you can correct me if I took it the wrong way, but just telling the story of somebody who's taking advantage of his celebrity status and then just kind of using it for their own gain. There's no deep connection between them two. I think that's dope, and him recognizing that but still falling into the trap, that's dope. That's super cool. And I do like the more upbeat poppy sound to it. I actually think that sounds really good. But dude, that second half,
The transition.
the transition, whoo, when he starts getting into she grows through my throat and my chest, and then everything we get after that is phenomenal. That is insanely good. And then into Teeth too. I don't think Teeth does anything like extremely different as far as sound or lyrical content, but it's just a good catchy bop. You know, I appreciate Teeth for that.
I find both of them very obnoxious.
Why? I could see why you would say Venus Flytrap, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just sounds very forced and very childish. The sound, at least, and the transition just sounds I don't want to use repetitive words or anything, man, but it just sounds very it's fucking obnoxious, dude.
yeah.
Like on the first listen, yeah, it was good. That's the nicest thing I can say about it. But after that, I was just like, dude, right, yeah, no, this is not my taste whatsoever. It just fucking sounded very it was very annoying to hear.
So Venus Flytrap is the third track off the album, and that's the first, quote unquote bubblegum pop we get. I believe right away. So, cause like
Damn,
those
you don't think the second one?
those first two tracks is very glitchy and very hyper pop.
Okay.
This one is like that straight bubblegum radio pop. This song is just catchy.
right.
Again, best way to put it is it's radio pop, and so that first half of Venus Flytrap is going good, and then right in the middle you just kind of get that like slow down where it's kind of, where's he going with it? Is he gonna
Yep.
throw some glitch in there, and then he just goes completely straight back to a smooth finish. This song was this was a good song, especially coming off those two crazy hyper upbeat songs, which was Buggin' and Caffeine.
Right.
I mean, especially just after Caffeine, because
Caffeine's
Caffeine itself that's a whole ass hyper pop song in itself. So the fact that he does kind of take a chance with Venus Flytrap, this is perfect. And then I have in my notes, it turned to a whole new song at the end.
Exactly.
It turned into a whole new song from where it started. And then the transition into Teeth was perfect. His flow was actually pretty nice. Lyrical
That's
content
what I'm saying.
was corny. Lyrical content was corny. Flow was nice. But overall, the way those two songs complemented each other was perfect.
Yeah, Venus Flytrap to me is just like I said before, like even the name of the song is so perfect. A Venus Flytrap lures their, unexpected victims into their trap with their fucking sweet pheromones before suddenly and without remorse they clamp on you. Just like, and then breaking you down into a fucking melted mess, just like somebody who's fucking controlling you, someone who's, just manipulating you, you know what I mean, and breaking you down until you're at your wit's end, you know what I mean. And then the whole song, also being about like sexual assault, I think was, pretty important too, to have that conversation. Like, it's just like so random, like there's
Right.
really nothing leading into it or discussed after it, besides like being taken advantage of, but in a different way. I don't know. I just think this song is so fucking catchy that it's, I don't know, it's like undeniable. And then Teeth, yeah, that fucking Elden Ring bar pisses me off. I cannot stand this shit,
It
bro.
is so corny.
I know it's the
Yeah.
first fucking bar that we hear off for the fucking game Elden Ring, and it has to be from this guy.
Ugh.
Ugh. Has to
Oh.
be. God damn it.
But I mean, shout out Elden Ring anyway. Like I fucking
Real shit.
like.
Game of the year for a reason, baby.
Yo, let's go.
There you go.
Call me sorry, bro.
Catch me with that blasphemous blade, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But I kind of like the 8-bit sound that Teeth had, and I love the bass. I love the bass on a lot of these songs. The bass fucking goes hard on a lot of these. Like, I hate to like say this, but like, if you kind of just turn your brain off, like, and just enjoy it. Well, obviously, and if you have the taste for it, because obviously it's not everybody's taste. Like, it's a pretty fun album. It's fun. Although I don't think that's what Brakence was going for. I think this man was trying to bare his soul. You know, whether you think it's genuine or not. Like, I definitely don't think that this man was going for that. But I mean, he knows how to make catchy shit. I not just talking about these two tracks, but just in general. I think a lot of these hooks are very catchy. Even if I think they're corny, what he's saying, like, I don't know. There's something about him that is just like so enticing, so fucking. I don't know. It's just catchy. Like it's like, why do you go to McDonald's, bro? You know that shit's fucking not good for you and shit. And it's
but you still.
but it's fucking good, bro. All them GMOs, bro. Crank me up with your fucking beeps and boops, dog.
You know, that's a very interesting point, because when I listened to this the first time, I was like, yeah, no, this is a no.
Right.
I'm not listening to this. But, you know, even on the tracks that I'm not like super crazy about, there's still something about them that's like luring me back in. You know, this album runs at like 54, 55 minutes. Pretty damn long.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, it's long as shit. But see, that's what I'm saying. To me, you kind of hardly notice it. I feel like this album's kind of a breeze, and there's just enough thrown in that keeps you interested. There's enough that keeps you interested and invested. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I feel like each song, even though, yes, he plays the fucking chorus like 10 times in each song, you know, and then has a refrain and all that. But, like, that's the thing, is that he has a verse, and then he'll have a chorus, then he'll have a bridge, then he'll have another chorus, then he'll have a refrain. Like, he's just like adding layer on layer on layer on layer on layer to like a lot of these songs.
Mm-hmm.
So where it just sounds like fresh, I guess, you know,
Even though it's just building upon the same.
upon the same
Yeah,
shit, bro. Yeah.
I do like CBD a lot.
CBD's fire.
So I forget. So who
CBD.
said? Yeah, exactly. It's just so
Chillin'
catchy.
by damn.
Who said Venus Flytrap was like the bop of the album?
Me.
Okay. While you might have some credence with that, while I do agree to an extent, I think CBD is the bop on this shit.
Is the one.
Man, I think this one is like the most straightforward poppy bop. And it does it well. It's catchy. He sounds good on it. Corn, yes, but, you know, within reason. I think this is a great song. And it leads really, really well into Stung. You know, like I said before, it's a perfect bleed into that second track. But Stung just does not deliver. I
Hold
don't
the
think.
candle, yeah.
Yeah, it reached a point where, you know, it bleeds so well into it, but then it's almost a point where it's like, okay, I could imagine that these were the same songs, or I can imagine that this was the same song, but then Stung just has this gross, obnoxious shit to it. I'm like, no, this can't be the same song, dude. Like, and lo and behold, it isn't. But yeah, Stung, it's just this whole like, yeah, you thought I was fucking with you, bitch. Blah, blah, blah. Like, god damn it.
But isn't it kind of cool that he has a song called Stung while also having, like, there's just like a lot of like references to like shit. Like, there's a lot of references throughout the whole album that like it like references itself a lot. I think in one of the other tracks, I think it was Buggin', where he says something about like, don't fuck with the queen bee or something, or what. Like, pretty much this man's tempting fate, and then when you push that button too much, what happens? You fuck with the bee, you get stung. You know what I mean? And in the lyrics, it shows that. It shows that he knows what he's getting himself into, and yet he still falls prey to the inevitable toxic relationship. AKA, he knows, don't fuck with the queen, but he still got stung. You know what I mean? He still wanted it, but I mean, he dealt with the consequences of what comes with, you know, such a relationship.
Again, with the lyrical content of this one, just questioning his mental health, which is something, you know, that doesn't really get talked about a lot these days. I think he does a great job in this song. And then also, I mean, it's just the delivery of this one. I felt like this was one of the first songs where I really caught like that the catchy hook over that funky, you know, bass and drums. This was one of the first songs that really like got me moving. Funny enough, when I was listening to this song, I kept screenshotting it. Cause I was like, all right, I'm gonna add this song to the playlist. Cause I mean, I'm working, so I'm looking down at it. So like, I'm just screenshotting.
Right.
I had 4 screenshots of this song.
Damn.
So spoiler alert, yes, this song is making my top 3. It was just funny because I'm going over there clearing out my photos, and I have 4 screenshots of fucking CBD over there, and so it's just funny because this song, even though it took me a while to actually like break down the lyrical content of it, this song is a vibe. This song I'm moving to, that funky drum and bass, to smooth ass lyrics. I'm taking it.
All right. Anything else? Closing arguments?
I guess the only thing I'll say it's just a random throwaway thing.
Yeah.
You could even cut this out if you want, but I just thought, I know we dogged on caffeine, but I kind of like the fact that caffeine, like the whole point of caffeine, you get all fucking jittery and hyped up. Like, the more he goes on about all the shit that he's saying, the more it goes into the glitchiness and into that like crazy production, that spastic production, that caffeinated production, the fucking wiry ass production. Like, I don't know. I just think it was a cool way to kind of explain the song name, because like it starts off real mellow and chill, and then by the end of it you're like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just thought that was interesting, but that's all. I'm good.
Okay. Any other thoughts? Anything else need to be brought up before we wrap up?
No,
Why you guys
sir.
looking at me? Nope, I'm good.
No?
I'm good.
Keenan, you good?
I'm good.
Cool. All right, then. We can get into our wrap-up of this album, then. We'll go ahead and give you our overall thoughts, top 3 tracks, and overall score. Oh, Marco, start us off.
Oh, perfect way to start it off. No, I don't like this album whatsoever. I have least to say about it because you guys have a lot more to say about it, and I don't want to trip you guys. But what a way to start off the year, huh? March? Wait, no, it's March. Well,
We're 3 months in.
I know,
Damn.
dude. My bad.
March Madness.
I was about to say, fuck. No, I don't like this album whatsoever, and that's how I'm gonna leave it at. I don't think there's one good song on it. I'll go more in
Shit.
depth, but I will choose my battles wisely.
We have the Brakence
Yeah.
stands to battle after this review. So
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Well,
wow. So no top 3,
but
no?
it's okay. I know that's my opinion and my acquired taste to it, so I'll leave it at
And you
that.
haven't been disrespectful.
Yeah.
Right.
Try not to, honestly. There's a bunch of points for I just want to be like, yo, you're fucking wrong.
Faded for that one. Yeah.
But no, it's okay. I've learned. So 1 out of 10. So 1 out of 10.
Wow.
Fucking hate this album.
Tough crowd.
At least for me. I mean, not really.
Well,
Both
okay,
you guys
I
like
guess I'm with you.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
You got one salty fan.
So off the rip, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I was familiar with the name. I was not
Really?
familiar with his music.
Oh, good shit.
So this was getting into caffeine, like I said earlier, listening to caffeine, I immediately thought of you. I was like, this is something
This is some
Isaac,
shit his fucking
this is some
bitch ass
shit
would
Isaac
like.
would recommend.
Yeah.
And in no way, was that song bad, because I am a little bit of a fan of hyperpop. I kind of dabble in it.
He dips
But,
his toes into
Whoa.
it.
I dipped my toes into it. So was I shocked by this a little bit? Just because, again, I went into this completely blind. And so with that being said, this album was long as fuck. Oh, please shorten it. I think that's always going to be a gripe of ours. It's just, please condense it as much as possible. But the songs that were good were very good. The songs that I did not like were not very good. Just personal opinion over here. I am excited that I have a new artist added to the playlist. So I am, I'm looking out for anything new that's coming out from him. You were recommending Fuckboy earlier, so I'm definitely gonna go check that out. But overall, with that being said, everything was just a little over the top for me. Even his sad boy shit was a little too much. but I'm excited to see where this guy goes. Top 3 tracks. I got CBD, Deepfake, Intellectual Greed, and I'm gonna throw honorable mention in there. Venus Flytrap.
Nice.
I got 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I know this is my pick and Brakence is my boy and shit, but listening to a full project of his was a bit disappointing. I will admit, I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't this, you know. I just wish that he would kind of take a step back and kind of self-evaluate himself, and not really himself, but just like the way he goes about certain shit, you know. But I mean, that's like I'm over here literally talking to the artist and pleading for that. Like that's fucking disrespectful. Like all I'm trying to say is that Brakence is a very, very talented person, and what I expected from him versus what I got was two totally different things. And that's not always necessarily a bad thing, but I guess in this situation it was a letdown. Like you know, sometimes you get something different and you don't expect it, but this time this curveball struck me out, you know. So I don't know. Big fan of the sound, not a big fan of how cringy he sounds, and I know we sound like a bunch of scratch CDs saying the same shit over and over again, but it's true. It's true. When a man can't properly, you know, express his feelings without either one completely self-deprecating himself or two sucking his own dick to the point of fucking immaculate coom, it's very hard to take it seriously. So with that being said, love Brakence, love what he does, love his sound, but this was kind of a miss for me. That'll be a no from me, dog. But yeah, I'd probably give it like a 5.5 out of 10. But with that being said, fucking Venus Flytrap, CBD, and Argyle are literally 10 out of 10s. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like, those songs are so fucking good. So check them out if you fuck with hyperpop, and if you don't, well then fucking go fly a kite with no wind.
Jesus.
Just kidding, I love you.
Literally towards me. I don't fuck with hyperpop.
Yeah, that.
And I'm gonna have
you're talking to him.
and I'm literally gonna go fly a kite and enjoy it. I'd rather listen to the fucking wind than fucking trash pop.
You know, I can kind of see everybody's point of view with this. I can understand why, Marcos, you think this is complete trash. I can understand why you guys like. I can understand why Keenan likes the more softer kind of side. I can understand why you like a little bit more of the experimental type of side. Like, with an artist this obtuse, it's kind of hard, at least for me personally, to like connect on any like specific level, just because the next level he's taking is just so far off of what I originally attached to. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's just to say that he's a very obtuse artist who I kind of have like a back and forth with. You know, I love some things he does and I hate some things he does.
It's polarizing.
Very polarizing. And even to me, you know, like I said, there's half that I love, half that I like. Or there's half that I love, half that I hate. You know, it's like even myself, I'm at a tug of war, you know, trying to figure out if I even like him or not. But I will say, without a doubt, I think his potential is through the roof. You know, he has proved himself as a very, very innovative producer. Somebody who, you know, is able to play with genres and blend them together and play with different sounds and make them sound really good. And I think as a singer, he sounds really good. I do think that, you know, take that obnoxious ass, like, you know, overtly emotional delivery aside.
Braggadocious.
Yeah, you know, I think his singing voice is really well. Again, with that last track, Hypochondriac, he shows that off. But I think he just needs to dial a couple things back. He's only 21. He has plenty of time to grow. You know, he's very young. This is only his second album. So I'm with Keenan. I'm really excited to see what he comes out with in the future. I think the he has a ton of potential, and I think he can reach a very, very high point in a couple years. So with that, I'm going to give it a 5, right in the middle. And my top 3 tracks are going to be number 3, Hypochondriac. Number 2 is going to be Teeth, and number 1, Venus Flytrap. And that's going to wrap up our review of Hypochondriac by Brakence. Please let us know what you think about the album if you've listened to it. If you haven't listened to it, then let us know what you think. I think that's one thing that I will say, maybe other than Marcos. I think that most people can maybe find something that they like out of this. Again, you might be the exception. I could be wrong in that.
Well, you have to get past the fucking first 30 seconds of every track to fucking find where you like.
Yeah, you got to kind of let it sit. But I personally think that, this kind of has something for everybody. So with that being said, give it a listen. If you haven't, then let us know. There's one thing that I haven't shouted out. I don't think on any episode. Our music recommendations can be found at our Spotify playlist,
That's
The
true.
Treehouse Treatment. I don't think I've said that once, and I need to start saying it. So I'm going to start now. You guys need to hold me to it. Our music recommendations, Spotify playlist, The Treehouse Treatment. Otherwise, thank you for listening. Give us a rating. Give us whatever you think we deserve. We'll see you next week. Later.